So why haven't we transcended on today nations as black people and flourish off of their shit? Just like they can come over here and do that with our shit there. Why? I mean, we pretty sure we got the same opportunity. Yeah.
Who, the Asians?
No, why can't? Yeah, us as black people, why we can't go over to China or Japan besides playing basketball and flourish?
Oh man, that's a oh man. I mean, we did have a population in China at one point, but they ran us out of there. And the thing is, though, with them, with the Chinese particular, I'm not going to talk about any other Asian race out here, but it's just specifically them, which I think a lot of the AAPI issues that have been happening are rooted in with the Chinese. But a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? They pretty much, if you want to really look up what true racism is in America, in its true form, right now, the Chinese are really it, because they'll go to your country, make your money, employ their people, and then they'll go back to their country with that money, everybody living good.
See, they wanted to argue with me up here talking about that the Chinese ain't taking over Africa.
They are.
Bruh. They
are.
With me.
The government is allowing them. Like, that's the one thing, though, too. There is an actual agreement with the government in China for those people to come over and literally do that shit.
And I told these niggas they did the same thing. They did the same thing to Africa. They went, ain't no Chinese, no Africa. I mean, Jamaica. Sorry. Hey, man, ain't no Chinese taking over Jamaica, blah, blah. Like, damn. I didn't even really say that, but I was saying, like, the Chinese are really, like, trying to overpopulate the Jamaicans. They have a lot of fucking ground in Jamaica, just like they're taking over grounds in Africa.
I mean, yo, technically they have a lot of ground. You know where they have a lot of ground? Here, where we live, in our hoods.
Yeah.
In our hoods, yo, go to all the corner stores with the black people. You'll see Chinese stores everywhere. In New York, Chinese stores are every block, my nigga.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Philly
sir.
too. They really migrate a lot of our neighborhoods and take that money from there, because they know we'll buy it because we're the market group. We're the ones that spend the money out here.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense. I totally agree with it. And then you look at some, and then if you look at some of these relationships that these Chinese people have with the blacks in their neighborhood, you wonder why we ain't a part of the whole AAPI shit. Going up in the Chinese stores, they cursing me out as soon as they come to me. Oh, what you doing here, black boy? Like,
well, yeah. What are you doing in my hood? What are you doing in my neighborhood?
Yo,
I burn this shit down when you close up.
Yo, I'll never forget. I went to Philly a couple years ago, right? In the hood as fuck. Black people everywhere. Like, at least in the part where I was at. Asian store right there, right? Lady in the background literally like telling people what you want. Hurry up. Like,
it's disrespectful.
Hurry up and get out. Like, she's like, straight rude to all the black customers, like rude to everybody comes up in there. But you know what I'm saying? We niggas, we snap it right back at her. It's just like a back and forth all the time. And it's like, what the fuck is going on?
But they won't talk to no white man like that.
Oh, well, depends on the Asian, but depends on them. But yeah, for the most, I mean, no. They view us a lot. They view us a lot differently than they view the white people.
They allow a white man to fuck their daughter than a black man to fuck their daughter. Let's put it that way.
Depends on the Asian again, but typically the ones down here, they probably wouldn't flip out as much if you're with a white guy as opposed to a black guy. Black guys are like a huge no in a lot of traditional Asian households. Like,
nigga, in a lot of traditional Spanish households too, nigga. Stop it.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, pretty much if you looked at it, I mean, I think it's gotten a little better throughout time, but definitely my age.
I'm just saying that it's there. It's there. That's all I'm saying. I ain't talking about.
I'll say this: the numbers are showing that something exists. But back in our day,
yes, the old school, fucking older ones. We talk about the ones that was alive in 80. The parent, the parent, if they still alive today, they still hating strong. But yeah, who knows?
I mean, bro, you don't even have to look not even 80, 80s, 70s. I mean, we could even go out as young as the 40s. To me, you know, and that was a lot of the people that I saw back in my day, like the ones that are now 40 and 50. But
how could we be here before those races, but we look down upon it? We can't fuck with they people.
Because we expect that they give us everything. Because this is weird. I don't.
We were here first. So how you come to America and look at us like we don't want to be like you, but we want to be close to the white man? You know what I'm saying? And you steal our fucking culture and fucking put that shit in front of the white man, and then take the credit for that shit. You come over here and live off of us, but you don't want to come over here and live with us.
They don't feel like they need to. That's the thing, because they have their own set of issues.
Niggas allowing them to. Like, niggas allowing them to. Like,
niggas allow everyone to. Niggas allow white people to do that shit.
Correct. That's why I'm like, man, all this Black Lives Matter, all this bullshit, man, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Y'all niggas allowed all this shit to happen. We wouldn't be standing where we are. We done had a black president for 8 fucking years, and shit still ain't changed. We ain't no united or unified any closer. Fucking Trump done left. We still ain't even unified.
We're not. And we probably never will be, especially because of how things are. I mean, no, like, dude, like, niggas just don't. We're never going to be. I'm not in my lifetime, at least.
Right. I gave up on it.
There's a lot of things that separate us. If it isn't based upon money's one of the main things. Obviously, money is one of the main things, but it could be anything that separates me from you, to the point where, I mean, it has come down to individuality to a degree too with us. Like, because I feel like as if, like, you know, I'm up and coming, whatever, I'm on my way, I'm better than you as a nigga, and you and I are both in the same boat. Because I'm me, I'm better than you. That's pretty much how it is a lot of days with a lot of people around here. We have a lot of individual mindsets when it comes to everything, and it shouldn't be the case with all that, because there are times where we do need to, like, I mean, right now, we definitely need to be able to come together and fight this whole cause. And you know what the crazy part about it is? There's a lot of people that are still by our side that we don't want to ever fail to mention. Like we have the white people, we have a portion of the white population that are marching with us.
It's more them than us marching with us. That's all I'm saying. It's more of them.
There's more than, I mean, yeah, there's more of them. Some of them some of them have other
objectives.
Their objectives are a little bit differently.
Yeah, but
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we need to, like, we gotta get together, man. Like, there's nothing, like, they can only do so much for us too. That's the thing. Until we get together, we always ask for the white people's help, the Asians, the blah, all that stuff. There's only so much they can do until we do what we need to do.
So you think Black Lives Matter need to come out to other than 14 people shot in New Jersey at the house party over the weekend? Will Black Lives Matter need to come out, right?
I can care less if they do or don't. They don't really do anything to help anything. As an organization, I don't see them doing much of anything other than giving out their thoughts and prayers and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole idea of us jumping when the media tells us to, that shit needs to definitely stop. Like, this isn't one of those, you know what I'm saying? The 13 people, I mean, obviously, yes, we should be out there for this. But the fact is, once again, is the media presenting something to us, now we want to react.
Mm-hmm.
And say something and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And if people were educating themselves beyond what you see on CNN and NBC and all of them, and actually pay attention to certain news, like even the local newspaper would probably be better for you than them. Actually is better for you than them. But if you were
niggas ain't reading, niggas want to see that shit on the TV screen.
Niggas don't even want to see it on TV screen. They want to see it on their news feed.
Even that, they gonna see it on Facebook before they actually see it on the damn.
Fuck that, yo. Niggas ain't got their TVs on. Niggas is tuned in on their phone on Facebook. That's where they watching all that stuff. And the moment they have the opportunity to click that share button, that's when they want to start talking.
Yep.
But until it's being out there like that on your feed, ain't nobody gonna say anything. Like with the whole Israel shit, the Palestine shit.
I ain't seen not one nigga post anything about that. I think I seen you post something. Did you post something?
No, I haven't. No. My thing is that with that,
what happens in the world doesn't affect them here.
Mm-hmm.
They're ignorant and stupid.
But that's how we talk. We talk not to think or worry about other countries or anything outside of that. You know,
right?
And even out in the world affects us, regardless of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But look how long it took for us to even be able to, for people to even start to recognize it. Like this has been going on for years.
People don't recognize it. They're still stupid.
Very much so. There are a lot of people who don't. There's still a lot of people who don't. But now
even
we started.
Tell them, oh no, that's way over there. Even if they still don't want to listen, that's the problem with the Black community. They think they know everything, and they can't take. They take any type of criticism towards them. They take it as an attack or everybody's racist against them. No,
I ain't doing nothing to help us out, so fuck them.
You're ignorant. You don't listen. How are you gonna get better if you don't listen to somebody trying to help you build yourself up?
I got a homeboy who's Palestinian. Billy, I love you always. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I got friends. You know what I'm saying? I got friends outside of this goddamn country who are other, and those are the people who stuck by me. Like those people have like love for people. Like nigga, like no matter what. I knew this person from Palestine. I knew him since goddamn fuck. I knew him since fucking middle school, dog, and he's been like damn near 7 foot since middle school. You know what I'm saying? He ran the blue store over there off of 19th and the blue store over there in Royal Palm. In Royal Palm, the blue store.
I thought you were talking about the one on 19th on Lauderhill. Let me think.
Yeah. 19th and 31st, but not at Rainbow, but a little bit further down. The blue store on 19th.
On 19th and Lauderhill?
Yes, across the street from BG's.
Oh man, yo, I remember that. Oh, okay. I know you're talking about. I've seen them around a few times. I've seen them around.
Now they own like about 4 or 5 or 6 fucking when I was down there, they own like about 6 fucking corner stores. And his people own that shit ever since I was going to Pines Middle with him. You know what I'm saying? When we got out of high school, he was running that store and shit like that. So it's like bro, like I've been in connect with people like people like that, people who business like minded than over my own fucking people. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in connect with people who I attach with who are successful people trying to get money. And then when the moment you tell them and you dealing with somebody outside of the color of your own people, they want to bash that shit. And it's like you're not as supportive of. They have a culture of dealing with people and you gotta fuck them over for them not to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? If you've been hunted with them since day one, it is what it is. But if you be hunted with a nigga from day one, eventually he gonna come to that part where he gonna cross your motherfucking ass.
I mean,
so when it comes down to what I'm saying about how they try to teach to us anything that don't matter here in America, don't fucking matter. Our mind as black people, we can't even get past the point of fighting with the white man, even think about caring about the brown man.
Well, I mean, it kind of starts with Well, the brown man, I mean, well, it starts with us, first of all. We can't even think about fighting with the white man until we figure out why the fuck we fighting with each other, number one. And I mean, the thing is, though, again, with those the Palestinians, like, I don't have any Palestinian friends. I don't have any type of Arab friends, anything like that. But I do have a white friend, and him and I run our business together, and we've been running it now for like 5-6 years, no real issues, anything like that. So, and the only nigga I've ever brought on was the dude who connected us, and he thinks the same way I do. We the only two niggas that really fuck with each other on that aspect. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but like, to me, what we really just seeing here right now is like, like, pretty much I'm watching a lot of people right now, pretty much with the Palestinians, we're watching them get decimated over there. Just in a very, and you know what? I'm surprised with a lot of us, it isn't really reaching home like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, we could say we're in a very similar situation.
We spoiled. We don't have to worry about that. That's the problem.
But that's one thing, you know what I'm saying? We could be able to look at that and be like, oh, shit.
The word is ignorant. They don't want to know. They don't want to know. They think nothing affects them. They're arrogant and ignorant. Those are two things. The main thing why they are not receptive to information, no matter how true or logical it is.
Right? We are, but I'm going to say this, in this particular situation, though, too, we've been fed the wrong information. Mm-hmm. Look at the media.
You can easily find out the correct information. There's so many resources out there. But no, they choose to stay ignorant. Choosing that.
Yeah. I think that would that kind of more so applies to everybody in these cases, because we mainly go through like CNNs, your NBCs, and things like that. And these are all the media in this particular area here. When it comes to the Palestinians and the Israelites, the government itself, who are we more aligned with? Israel.
There are other
Republicans.
Information. You have books. You have all sorts of other information. You have to want to research things, and that's the problem. They don't even want to pick up a book and read.
Yeah, we only connected with one side more than the other side just because of finances. That's just it.
So exactly. It's more so because of government, finances, and who they decide to align with. When you read an article that says Israel's taking back their land, you're thinking, oh, shit. They're trying to reclaim their shit when it really ain't the case. It's more so like they're running those people out of their land.
They don't read past the headline.
Right. And that's what a lot of people don't do. All they do is read the headline and they think, all right, cool, I'm going to go ahead and just run with that.
Yes,
that's
sir.
That's so ignorant. Like, you making yourself look like an idiot if you even try to discuss it, because at that point you know nothing.
Well, ain't that's how the song go? American idiot. I mean, ain't that's what we are?
I don't want to be an American idiot. Oh, man.
This is how the entire world looks at people here. Especially, I will say this, especially the Black people here. The entire world. It's not just one or two countries. It's the world. If the entire world sees you like that, then you have a problem that you need to fix within the community. But you think nothing is wrong with you.
Yeah, because what they always say, we the best country in the world. They don't never. I've never heard at a press conference them say that we were second or third. I always hear that we the shit and we the best. And I'm like, damn, we're a small ass country. How the fuck are we more powerful than the Asians? It's like I
love my country, but you know what? I have more opportunities here than I have over there. I like this country too. I just can't really stand most of the people. It's the people here that fuck up the country, that, you know.
But that's what they living on. They just living off the prestige of what the country is instead of the prestige of the people. The prestige of the people is shit. And whenever we go to their country, we get treated like shit for being known as an American.
Exactly.
Disrespect it.
Yeah, because we're always told that we the shit. So when we go anywhere else, we'll take a piss right out in the middle of public and wonder why the damn constable is tapping on our shoulder, be like, "Hey, you can't piss out here like this."
You deserve what you get because you don't want anybody else coming over in your country and doing that. So, if you want respect, it's earned, and you give it first.
Exactly.
Respect in order to get it, and that's the problem with the Black community that I see on a daily basis.
So when we gonna get back? When we ever gonna get some respect? Where is this gonna start? Al Sharpton gonna come out and start it? Or?
No, they need to.
We gotta start respecting ourselves.
But where? I'm saying, bro, like our activists can't respect them own selves.
It doesn't start with
you got fucking Al Sharpton done joined the goddamn cable network.
Oh, wow.
Well, he's like, man, fuck these niggas. I'm gonna just go ahead and get paid for talking. And then you got Benjamin Crump that looked like he the goddamn lawyer on every goddamn nigga shot in the street. Like, how you a lawyer in fucking 32 states? This nigga got a hell of a bar.
I mean, Benjamin Crump does have a nice bar, so.
Bruh, where did he get his shit from? DeVry? I mean,
but, yo, I mean, look. It comes, I mean, like I said, first of all, I mean, it's so weird because we don't, I mean, where do we start to get the respect for ourselves? Because
nigga, we look for rappers to be our respect. We looking for Killer Mike. We looking for Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. Killer Mike said some real shit.
And a nigga from Houston, Trader Truth.
Hey, Killer Mike be saying some real shit. Niggas just ain't ready for that shit.
Yes,
niggas ain't ready for that shit. But that is my biggest gripe with our community now. We rely on celebrities too much to be our voice. And most of the time, they will disappoint you. They will disappoint you.
Celebrities are not rocket science.
They tell your ass that, just like he tell your ass that. Hey, man, yeah.
They're regular ass people with some talent for some sport.
And he probably the only fucking rapper that we know that you say, oh yeah, he went to college, so that's why we look at him like that. It's sad that we look at him as the only rapper that went to college in the past 20 years.
I mean, and the funny thing is, I don't think he did, but I don't think he did, but you know what I'm saying? He's just a knowledgeable ass dude that just knows, look,
that's fucked up.
Killer Mike is a knowledgeable ass dude that knows, look, as much as we ask for what we want from these white people to help us be more successful in this country, which we still need some of it, he also knows that, can you grow your own food? No. Can you house your own land or whatnot? No. Can you get your own animals? No. Then you have no reason to be talking about any of this stuff in terms of us getting something with the white man, because these are some of the conditions that we might have to go through to get what we want.
You see how hard it was for him to live black in Georgia, mainly. Like,
no, you see, I mean, Georgia, Atlanta itself is starting to become more of a black mecca. I'll give it that. I don't live there,
bro. It's been a black mecca since fucking Martin Luther King, nigga. Stop it. Stop.
It's gotten a lot better though, man. Now you're starting to see a lot of the business come in there from the black.
So check this out, then. So it's gotten better because they got the first black Senate.
Yes.
Why it took so long? And a black metro area of black people that's always been there since Martin Luther King. Why the fuck we just had our first Senate? When are we gonna get a black governor?
A black governor? When you get rid of the other 99% of the area surrounding Atlanta, when there's just nothing but a bunch of white people and KKK members, that's when that will happen.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta having its first white mayor, first black mayor, first black Senate, that's understandable, because guess where all the black people live? Atlanta.
In those areas, yeah, in that area.
Area. So it's kind of understandable. And it still took a very long time for that shit to happen.
Yes. You see that.
It still took, yeah, you're right. It did take a very long time for that shit to happen. Probably a combination of all the white people didn't want to happen that lived there, and the ignorant black people that was thinking, we should have. Oh, this nigga ain't shit.
Right. You got the first black senate, and the nigga's a pastor, nigga. Like, why we gotta be pastors and like rappers? Like, nigga, like, where are our fucking legislative real people who know the fucking bar? Like, where are those people? Johnny Cochran would have been our goddamn president before Barack Obama. If it was going by that notion, we need somebody who know the law.
Right.
So I don't want to see Benjamin Crump as the next nigga running for goddamn vice president or president.
No, we need niggas that actually are educated and stuff. But
we had Jesse Jackson run for president.
Al Sharpton ran for president.
We had Al Sharpton run for president
twice, I think.
Yes, yes.
And he ran against Obama too.
Yes,
he ran against Obama at that.
Yes. We still want to fight each other when we get a chance to fight.
Yo, that man ran Republican and it was like, yo, he ain't the dude, he ain't the nigga for the job. If you need a black man in office, get me. And you know what? The fucked up part about it is I would have voted for him.
Don't forget Herman Cain.
Herman Cain, yeah. Ben Carson.
And we all wanted Colin Powell, but he never fucking stepped up.
He never did. I wish he would have. He spoke so well.
He still does. Still alive. You know what I'm saying?
Still speaks well. And he is the blueprint on how black people should speak. Yeah, whatever.
But he was coming up as a Republican though, so that wouldn't have helped him out too well.
You know what? A black person who thinks that the Democrat Party is here to help them, they're just as stupid as anybody else.
Bruh, that's what I'm looking for, a strong Republican black person.
Yeah, we need fuck this Democrat shit. Most black people are conservative.
Yes.
When you think about
it. Think
about it. We love limited government. We want limited government, which is what a conservative is. We believe in hard work will get you somewhere. Republicans or conservative, we're conservative. And
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know what I'm saying? We were conservative. When all this shit first started, it was the Republicans that were backing us in the down here in the South, Democrats. In the South, Democrat. That was all Democratic stuff. The Republicans were helping us out. It wasn't until, and for the longest time, Republican. It wasn't until Nixon got into office and changed not Nixon. What was the dude? Who was the celebrity dude that became president? Was it Nixon?
Yeah, that's the close. Yeah. Because Nixon fucked everything up. Well, he had to get his ass up out of there.
Yeah, it wasn't until Nixon came into office and the whole war on drugs thing that came.
Didn't Kennedy come right after Nixon?
Nah, Kennedy. I think Nixon was after Kennedy.
Yeah.
Wait.
But we don't know any black Republicans in that spot. They want to try to put. They were just as dumb as rocks. Yeah.
They want to put
Tim Scott. They want to put Tim Scott up there next.
Nixon. JFK died before Nixon became president. So yeah, he died before Nixon became president. So
okay.
Yeah. So once he came into play, that changed up the whole Republican Party and pretty much everyone who was Democrat at that time jumped ship and went Republican. So all you just really saw wasn't necessarily necessarily a change of how the whole system worked. It was just like, and then you see the people and us changing with it. Those niggas that just were Democrats back then, it was like, oh, we believe y'all now. So now they just become Republicans. So that's pretty much what happened here. But their mindset of things still is pretty much the same thing that we think. We do need a strong black Republican in office. So that way, I mean, yes, are there certain things we need to fight for? Yes. Hopefully he understands that.
Right. He could tell the side of you know what I'm saying, what we need to know and need to hear. Because yeah, the Democratic side is more of just a bunch of fucking liberal ass bitches that just took over, more of saying shit could be better, but don't do shit about making the shit better.
No, they don't. They don't. They pretty much just sit on their asses and pretty much tell you almost the same shit that a Republican would tell you anyway. Look what Biden said when during the riots and shit like that, and when the police officers were getting killed like that, they were telling them these people have the right to defend themselves and shit like that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
you sound like fucking Trump now. Just a second ago, you just sound a little bit nicer about it. You know what I'm saying? And people just want to roll with that. You know what I'm saying?
Only thing I give up to him right now is what I could sit back and actually see what a Democrat does, because they own the House and the Senate. And before all of this, before Trump, I never understood all of this politics. But now I know all of this shit now. I know the motherfuckers, how many seats. I know all that shit on both. I know all of that shit now. So when it comes down to it, I'm like, okay, the Democrats have the ball in their court now for at least they got one more year. So everything that goes on, everything that's changing right now, for all that shit you was talking, I'm sitting back like this the whole time, like, okay, I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? All that shit you was capping about, what you was gonna do and what this person should be doing and what you would be doing. I'm sitting back just like this.
Yeah, like I said, this man isn't taking any type of action. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that I don't have to hear about my president every day like Trump.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the only reason. Yeah. Oh my God. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
When it's time to hear from you, all you have to say is just basic dumb shit like they have the right to defend themselves and shit like that. You're not, dude, like, and not to mention, where's your action too? Why the fuck have you not done anything for the black community when you've seen 5 shootings? You've seen them, 5 shootings in your presidency in less than 6 months. You didn't think about, oh man, we might need to do something?
Bro, I thought I could have sworn, I said, bro, they set this shit up easy for Trump to win. I said, bro, all you gotta do is just talk about this shit and act like you care. This motherfucker, all lives matter and all this. Man, anybody might matter. Who the fuck told you to go say that shit? No, don't say that shit. We know it.
I mean, Trump fucked up his own election by doing a few things that just further cemented the fact that he's still a racist no matter what.
Right. I'm like, bro, like they already, okay, it's cool. It's cool to play the part where it's like, okay, I'm not racist, and whatever I do, I don't give a fuck because I'm not racist. But when you're doing shit and people will keep saying you're racist, and you still got that same shit in your head, like, well, I don't give a fuck because I ain't racist. I love all my niggas out here. I'm not racist. Like, no, bro, you gotta, especially when they throw it in your lap. Some police killed the black man, like. And when George Floyd first got killed, that was good for the first week. After 2 weeks, no, because the riots ain't start until the footage came out, and that was like fucking 3-4 days.
Yeah, it was 3-4 days.
You know what I'm saying? So during that 3 to 4 days coming out, and then everybody getting on the edge and like, what the fuck? On the whole world seeing that shit, everybody was on the same shit. Like, this can't never happen again. A week later, y'all got extra footage saying about how he was high, how he's a criminal, all this shit, just discrediting all type of shit that has nothing to do with what we all seen on camera. Now we done went to like, well, he did something to deserve that. Who the fuck deserves to get choked the fuck out? So it goes back to us saying the value of a black life. For a motherfucker to sit there and still question somebody doing something to somebody, like, dog, what is there to question somebody restraint with their arms behind their back? And you doing something that, nigga, if I already got you in handcuffs, you can wiggle and do all the shit. I'm gonna move off and let your ass wiggle in the street and do all the fuck turning, and you gonna scrape yourself up out here. I don't need to restrain you no more than when I got these cuffs on your motherfucking ass.
You can't move. You can't go nowhere. And yet,
it was 4 officers there. Somebody else had an extra pair of cuffs. They could have put some shit on his legs, if that's the case, since he was such a big, strong King Kong nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know,
or call for extra backup.
It doesn't matter though. But I mean, you're in handcuffs. There's very little you can do. You can't drive off. The worst you can do is run off. But then again, all you gotta do is look for the nigga with his hand behind his back that can't remove him, and you go find this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all like, that shit is dumb. But then the Republican standpoint behind it is one of the reasons why a lot of black people don't support them.
Right. See, that was the wrong way to go. I'm like, damn, y'all making me look bad. Y'all, I'm coming out here telling people I'm a Republican, and you out here fucking saying shit like that. Like, bro, you got me looking crazy around this bitch now. Now people calling me a Trump supporter. I'm like, bitch, no, I'm not. I'm a Republican. I ain't no Trump supporter. Hey, hold on, cut this shit out. You don't ruin shit.
Yeah, there's a difference. There is a difference between a Republican and a Trump supporter. Trump supporter is realist. Trump supporters
a QAnon motherfucker.
Are QAnon, like, there's something different with being a Trump supporter than being a Republican. And you know this because there are a lot of Republicans that don't fuck with Trump. A lot in the office that don't fuck with Trump. Remember, Mitt Romney said, yo, I don't fuck with this dude. Right,
that's my dude there. Him and Liz Cheney.
Mitt Romney said, I don't fuck with him. Even Bush said, I don't fuck with this dude. George Bush, the guy, we're talking about the guy who created 9/11. He's like, oh, yeah, he's too racist for me. He's too racist for me.
Right, and we hated the hell out of Bush.
We hated the hell out of Bush.
It's bad when you start making us fucking stand behind Bush like, man, aren't you gonna say
that's
Bush?
The thing. Bush was the prime example of a Republican, of a type of Republican that at the time we could see why black people did not support the Republican Party. He was the most hated Republican until you came into office. After that, dog, you see Michelle Obama and George Bush over here, all besties and shit like that.
Hey, what the fuck?
John McCain.
Where were we? Where were we at during this relationship?
That's what I'm trying to figure. How the fuck did they get all buddied up? I mean, here's the thing: even George Bush and Bill Clinton are good buddies. And the thing is, though, John McCain, the man that Barack Obama ran against, when he died, Trump wasn't even invited to his funeral. And Obama,
that's what always made us think that both those parties was always in cahoots with each other, and we always thought that, I ain't voting because they fuck it. We always thought that, but until Trump came around, he was like, "Oh no, it's actually it's 3 sides to the coin." Now. You
know Trump did something that we as black people need to do, and that's damn near created his own party. Mm-hmm. He created his own party. He pretty much separated all the extremely left Republicans and just said, "Yo, this is what I believe in, blah, 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 blah." See how, obviously, we know how the Democrats are. Fuck them. But you see how Mitt Romney sees me. You see how John McCain sees me. You see how so-and-so sees me. Hell, shit, I even just fired my vice president before I lost my election. See how he sees me now. You know what I'm saying? We need you know what I'm saying? And he's got all these people that are low-key out here hiding off, just waiting for that opportunity for him to come back and be like, yo, we got you.
Yeah, but the party's so fucked up. If you ain't on Trump's side, like, they don't want nothing besides, like we said, he should have came up with his own party, because that would have separated that shit, because Republicans aren't the same as what the fuck you talking about. What you're doing. Independent. Ain't nobody been voting independent, nigga. Fuck that. You could take over that independent third party.
Right now, yes, Trump could potentially take over and make it something different. He could. I think he should have. I think he probably might. If he decides to run again, I won't be surprised if he does. Because the Republicans themselves, because of all the shit that he's been through, the fact that I think he's not even allowed to run again.
That's what they trying to fight over right now still. That's why they stopping this damn commission or whatever, what they want to try to push forward to keep looking into the insurrection. But the Republicans are saying, Mitch McConnell and McCarthy, they're like, no, we don't need to get a special commission to look into it. So they're gonna fight. If you're fighting to protect this man, why the fuck are y'all fighting for him not to come back as your leader?
Because not all Republicans believe in what he's talking about. I mean, He can run again. He can run again. But do you think he's going to actually get the Republican Party?
They try not to go against him so they don't have, just in case if he did run again, they not in the fucking doghouse with his ass saying, oh, when I was gone, you motherfuckers didn't want me back in here. Guess what? I won the primaries and I'm back here. You lost your job. Fuck out of here. So that's the only reason why they're fucking like being a fucking little hush puppy and don't want to do shit about nothing. Mitch McConnell, you motherfucker, you know goddamn well Trump ain't exist before him. You and goddamn Lindsey Graham, you and that goddamn half.
That's nothing too. Republicans aren't going to sit up there and jeopardize the integrity of their party just for this. That's the reason why they voted against it. They knew everything that Trump did up to the Capitol riots was all wrong. They all said it. Mitch McConnell has said it himself, but they all said, I'm not voting to get this man impeached. Why? It more so has to do with the reputation of the party. The party, rather than, you know what I'm saying, getting rid of somebody that they should be getting rid of.
I feel them. You can't turn your back on gang.
Yeah, you can. It's some gang shit. The government's one of the biggest gangs out there.
I respect that.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is. But then again, the Democrats are gonna sit up there and say, "Yo, man, we need this man impeached,"
because they already know the power of Trump, and they don't want to deal with that no more. They don't want to have to deal with have to fucking go against him again, because that was too close of a race, and it just gives people time to go through these 4 years to be like, we want him back.
I mean, they dare. The Republicans are daring, and then to make it worse, they're doing things that daring well set it up for him to come back. Like all these new laws about the mail-in ballots and shit like that. That's pretty much trying to eliminate the one way they know Trump will lose the election. Will win. Trump would be able to lose the election.
Or they got to do that for the next Republican candidate because they know
any Republican candidate in general. Any Republican candidate in general, that's the one thing now they have to eliminate, mail-in ballots. Because before, no one gave a shit about them. Like, no one gave a shit about them. They were like, you know what I'm saying, a couple 100,000, maybe 1 million or two, nothing like that. But when you had half the country doing it,
whose fault is that?
And that was Trump's fault. He directed all of his people to be like, yo, go in the booths, election day, and vote.
And he the one who fucking jumped out on it before talking about mail fraud. When he jumped out on that shit with Nevada when they first came out talking about they was gonna send people the applications in the mail for people if they wanted to do mail-in ballots. He jumped on their ass like a whole year ahead of time.
Oh so yeah, this was all he knew that. I mean, pretty much from the moment Corona. I mean, from a little bit within the moment the Corona hit, he knew.
Bro,
something was up,
bro. You don't think this motherfucker knew about Corona way before he said the shit?
Fuck yeah, he knew about it.
Okay, thank you.
They all knew about it.
Yes.
So every last government motherfucker knew what the fuck was going on when it came to Corona. From that October, November before we got hit with that shit.
When did you take that shit serious?
When did I take Corona serious? I didn't as an actual disease? Or
yeah, be like, I'm masking up.
From the moment they told us you'll start masking up.
Nigga, I don't know when that was because I didn't enjoy my birthday on February 16th last year because I was afraid of it. So I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah. I was way early.
Let me say there. I think it might have been like March or April when I started. Like it had to be like late March where I started to see signs of like, yo, start wearing a mask.
I was on that shit way around my birthday last year. And I was like, do they know what the hell going on out here? Like,
I mean, it wasn't enforced at the time which you were doing it.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. In fact, you know what I'm saying? Niggas
didn't know we had to wear a mask until like fucking at the beginning of April. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Beginning of April is when well, probably like towards mid-March is when I started to like, all right, let's see what we can find here. I need to start finding masks before
is that after the NCAA tournament got ended?
Was it? I don't even remember.
Was it after the basketball season? Fucking, they found out people was catching that shit.
I don't even remember. I know I got fired from my last job. That didn't help.
And what year? When the last time you can remember working with them?
I mean, I'm working. I mean, well, not now.
No, with them. With them.
With the last company I had, that was March of 2020. I'm sorry.
And it was at the end.
That was literally towards the end. I think, you know what? I'll take that back. When people started losing their jobs, that's when I started taking Corona real seriously.
Gotcha.
That's when I started taking it real serious. Like before, it was just maybe like, all right, I got some masks around me, whatever, whatnot. We got our first case here in Florida. I didn't really like, all right, whatever, it's just one person. All right. And then it was like 7 cases and stuff like that. And when numbers started going down, calls started going down, I'm starting to see people walk out the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people getting fired. They're talking about work from home stuff. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
All right, work from home. All right, we can still do this, whatever. I don't know why we're doing this. But then when I started seeing people walked out the door before that even came about. And I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah, shit going bad. Yeah.
Elliot, come to back office. I'm like, oh shit. This is real for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to work for I used to do stuff for the airport. So I was hearing a lot of people saying, like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying, they were canceling their stuff for the airport, they're canceling like their TSA shit because like, yo, ain't nobody traveling for the, you know what I'm saying, I ain't traveling for the rest of the year, so I need to go ahead and cancel it. So I also took it seriously then too, because it was like, oh man, like, oh yeah, niggas don't even want to travel.
Yeah. And that's not normal.
Yeah, that's not normal, bro. It's not normal, yo. And
bro,
then
they start coming with them cruise ships back over here to the port with all them people they had to keep out in the ocean. Talking about they had coronavirus, the whole boats. I'm like, how the whole boat got all fucking coronavirus? Don't bring them fuckers to land.
Oh man, that sucks. It's like, oh man, we stuck out. Yo, yeah, like we got like, yeah, I don't want to be stuck out here for 2 weeks over this shit.
Bro, that's scary. For some shit to spread like that. Remember, our first person was what in Seattle, Washington, or some shit like that, way away from Florida. Then he died like 6 days later.
I was the first recorded person.
Yes.
Recorded person. And that was after once it became a thing and all this other junk. It was a few weeks after. And then we got our first person. But I'm gonna be
that same week, I was watching on YouTube. This nigga was on YouTube talking about he was in California. He's like, he was on there, man, they lying, man. We got 1,000 people in my city right now with coronavirus. I'm like, this nigga fucking trying to scare niggas? What is this nigga saying?
I mean, I don't know if it was trying to scare niggas, but we definitely had more than one case at that time. we've had quite a
nigga was saying 1,000 cases when the first case was out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yo,
maybe we didn't get the information over here because maybe.
You remember though, right around November, December, they were also talking about like how like the flu was like hitting huge numbers at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was corona. That was no fucking flu. That was the coronavirus.
That's when I was precautious about that shit. I'm like, the flu? I'm like, I don't even take the flu shot. What kind of fucking flu they got come around that strong? Like,
some flu, like niggas was sick for days on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much for 2 weeks. Same symptoms as corona, shit like that. I remember. I think I had it at the time. I thought I was
right. A lot of people, right? A lot of people. Marlon was saying the same shit. He said, "I think I had it twice."
Yeah, if that was the case, I only had it once. Thank God. If it was the case, but they never. I mean, I never really found out. But
I haven't had a cold in 2 years since that.
And that was the thing too. I had a cold in like 3-4 years at that time. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck did I get a cold now after all this shit? You know what I'm saying, man? That shit didn't make no sense. But we had corona back then, and we just waved it off as like a strong flu.
Yeah. I was telling people back in like 2011, I used to always be watching these little Illuminati fucking films and shit like that on fucking YouTube until they started
shit like that.
Yeah, until they started monetizing shit and goddamn putting their algorithms and started kicking them motherfuckers off of YouTube. So I was watching one video where they was like, "Oh yeah, they're transporting bird flu into FEMA's bringing in a bunch of tombs, caskets and shit like that, and they're bringing in bird flu in trains." Like they was like. I'm like, bird flu. And then years later, I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers know they probably was what they thought was bird flu was that corona bullshit. That it probably was a bird flu, but they was trying to mix in something to make it better than the bird flu. Just like how today they came out saying about how they got like 4 to 6 people in Wuhan, like before the coronavirus, before they let people know about it. They had like 6 people in the lab or something like that sick before they actually put it out to say, you know, we have something going on here. Like those people were sick already and like already like dying and shit like that, but they didn't come and put that shit out to like who knows the timeline from that. But they're saying they coming out today saying that they had like people in the lab already sick about that. And now people even matter with the World Health Organization or whatever.
Who?
The
who runs
WHO?
WHO. And who runs that shit?
Yeah.
Who runs that shit? Who runs the WHO? The man who's been.
I know it's like an Indian dude that runs it, ain't it?
I'm sorry.
Ain't the spokesman like an Indian dude?
Spokesman is, but the man who's behind the WHO is Bill Gates.
Like an Indian Saddam Hussein.
Oh, behind the WHO is Bill Gates. You're talking about the man who's been talking about population control.
Oh my gosh! See, here we go with this Bill Gates shit.
Look, I love Bill Gates. I love Bill Gates as a technology man, but when it came to this shit, this is he's been talking about population control for years.
Yeah, I know that, but is he in the WHO?
Sorry, let me make sure.
Because I see a lot of people blaming him about about that, and it's like, yeah, he was saying that when Corona was out too, saying how everybody was getting behind him because he was like, this is all population control was going on, and people was behind him. So a year later, now people was like in front of him, like, oh, bitch, you know about this. You have something to do with this. Like, what the fuck? Like, how was y'all on his putting a cape over the nigga a year ago? But now that the shit spread, now you looking at him like he knew something about it. And he got something to do with it.
He does. I mean, yeah, he's a part of WHO. He's actually, the US is their biggest contributor, and majority of that contribution comes from Bill Gates himself. He does know something about it, yo. He has the patent on COVID. There's a patent on COVID. And Bill Gates was behind that fucking patent. He knows shit. He knows shit.
Who's over Pfizer?
Pfizer's their own giant company.
Who is he?
Who?
Who is he? It's one person. Who is he? Pfizer's got to be a family name of somebody. Who is he?
The CEO, right now, the current CEO is Albert Bourla.
From what country?
Let's find out. Greek. From Greece.
When the fuck we ever knew anything coming from Greece? Besides grape leaves and euros. Now these bitches got the ultimate cocktail elixir for the world now.
Don't forget Greek yogurt too. Well, I mean, Pfizer's one of the biggest companies in Pfizer's a very big pharmaceutical company, so it doesn't shock me to know that if anyone was gonna get the vaccine and get the best vaccine, it would be them.
What were they making before that? Because I've heard of them before. What were they making?
Pfizer, what do they not make?
Yeah, because I'm into the stock exchange, so I need to know because they stock one that big before that, and I'm gonna get into some shit about that since it's motivational money. I'm gonna see where your head at.
Man, I'm trying to remember what he does. You know what I'm saying? They provide various medications.
What is it? Into cancer? Is it to
cancer, vaccines, Viagra, Zoloft, Lipitor, just to name a few. Yes, this is the guy who made the shit for your penis.
Okay.
Yeah. So Pfizer's huge. Their stocks are they have a lot of stock available out there, which is the reason why it's pretty low. But then
they stock is at 200 and something right now.
Yeah, it went up majorly after they had the vaccine.
Right.